I actually mixed first as a primer. I never do this. I mixed a little bit of my Herborian Glow Cream into my moisturizer. It made my face look awesome. Not like super shimmery, just enough to give me kind of a really creamy glow. So, and then of course I put on my Herborian CC cream, which for those of you who know me know that I don't wear foundation. I wear Herborian CC cream because I love it. And then of course I spot treated with my CC Red Correct because I've got rosacea and I tend to get all red around here when I'm on Zoom, of course. So, so for those of you that want to catch up, I'll give you guys a minute to put on your foundation. Remember that you want to start at the center of the face and smooth your way out, diffusing it at the hairline and down the neck. And while you're doing that, I'll tell you a little bit about Blushington. So we are a female-founded, female-run beauty company. We are one of the premier destinations in the United States for hair, makeup artistry, actual makeup lessons like we're doing now, and bridal, eyebrow shaping, waxing, tinting, all those fun things. But of course, we've been closed because of the pandemic. So now we're doing these awesome virtual classes. I've been fortunate enough to do several of these on this platform here with Facebook. And this is an interactive class. So for those who will watch it later on YouTube, just a reminder that if I'm talking to people, I'm not crazy. They're actually here in my class. But we curate all of our products that we're using from female-founded, artist-approved brands. So we try to find things that are really good quality that we actually will use as makeup artists, but that's user-friendly. We have a lot of really great independent brands. We actually have brands that are allergy-friendly for those with food allergies, and some great skincare products, including a clinical line that we work with an exclusive dermatologist. And we're having a 40% off sale right now. So if everything is up and running, then we will be having Joseph from Blushington will be dropping the links. And that will give you the 40% off code. I don't think it's, I forget if it's holiday 40. I can check. Let's look and see. Okay. So how's the foundation going, guys? Or are we all doing my CC cream favorite? Okay. Here goes. It's year end 40 in all caps. That's on products only. That is going to end tomorrow. So anything that you're interested in getting, get it today, get it tomorrow, give yourself a New Year's treat. You will receive a follow-up email at some point that also has a link to my shop in shop. That's basically my little like favorites section. If you want to shop right now, you can go on the blushington.com website. That will actually, if you hit shop, there are options. You can shop by pro artists or shop curated, and just scroll all the way down till you see me, Lauren Serra, and you'll be able to communicate with me directly through email, ask me any questions. All right, Karen, let's watch and learn. We're gonna have a good time. So now that we're all ready with the face, I am gonna do my favorite quick 2-in-1 production where I'm going to conceal the under eye circles. And I'm going to also prime my eyelids and set them all in one step with one product. So I'm using my Stila Correct and Perfect color correction palette. This is the way to go. It's got all different, you can see what I use the most. It's got all different colors for different skin tones and for different kinds of discoloration. And there's a little cheat sheet on the back. There's also one that you can kind of like stick to your mirror in your bathroom or your vanity that will remind you which colors cancel out which. And then these are 2 powders. So I'm using a damp beauty blender, and I'm going to take some of this peach cream color. This is pretty much what you want to use if you're my skin tone. I'm like on the early medium side to, at times I get very warm in the summer. If you have dark skin, you will use this orange, and you can use that straight and either bop over it with a little of your concealer or foundation. If you are very fair, you want to use that light pink, okay? But for all of us medium people, we're going to use the warm peach. So all right, so tell me if this looks okay, because now I'm looking in my mirror. So I'm going to just press this right into the circle, just the circle under the eye where I have discoloration. See how that just instantly erases it? And you need a lot less product than when you're using concealer. Now, if you don't have this, go ahead and use concealer. If you want to be adventurous, try mixing a little pink or like a peachy, warm peachy nude kind of lipstick with a little concealer and see if that does the trick. And then I'm going right over and just kind of a stamping motion. And I also find I get very dark in here, as a lot of us do. So what I like to do is just turn the Beauty Blender upside down. See, the product is on the tip. Turn it upside down and just press it in to that inner corner right there. So I'm actually getting it from the inner corner of my eye all the way up to my eyebrow, because I really want to keep that spot really nice and bright. Okay. How's everybody doing? Okay. Yes, Michelle. Michelle's my getting ready partner. Okay. So again, just in that little circle under the eye. And then right over the eye. And then of course, that pesky dark little spot that shuts down my eye when it's not all bright in there. Okay. And again, you want to use the Beauty Blender damp so that it does not absorb your product. Okay. And I love these too. These are hand cut in the United States, female run brand. Okay. So I have a little bright lighting-ish here, but basically you can see that that's kind of erased. At least when I look around in a circle, you can see that the dark circles are basically erased. Let me see if I lower my lighting just a little bit. I don't know if that helped at all, but okay. So let's see. Okay. So now what we're gonna do, and the reason why I use this, I have shadow primer, right? But when I'm not using a million products, like when I'm using my Anastasia Vault, for example, which I used past couple of weeks, it's all right there in my vault. So I'm kind of using all of it. But today I'm using a very small selection. They pretty much could all fit in my little Blushington makeup bag. So I don't need to get out a million things. I'm gonna use this anyway for my color correcting. Might as well use it to prime and set my lids. So now I'm gonna use this yellow tone. It's really like a sheer banana kind of powder. You can use it to set pretty much any tone skin. However, if you are sallow in the winter time, or if you are very, very fair, you'll want to use this brightening lavender powder. But you can see it's not really yellow. So again, I'm just pressing this on top. Now, anytime that you're gonna prime your eyes before you do your eye makeup, you must set it. I mean, unless you're like a very experienced makeup artist and you're doing a very specific treatment, but in general, when you're doing just regular makeup, you have to set that primer, and that way, any eyeshadow you use will just glide over the skin. Okay, there we go, all set. So now I'm gonna kind of jump around a little bit because, like a disclaimer, I'm not doing this in the exact steps I would do if I were doing your makeup professionally in person. I'm teaching you guys as if how I would do it on myself. And we all know that we don't all do, you know, like if we're using one product multiple ways, we go by product usually, at least that's how I do it. But feel free to improvise. Same thing goes with like using my fingers and stuff. You know, when I'm working like on an actual client, everything gets paletted out, nothing gets double dipped, nothing gets touched, moved. But when it's your own products, you're allowed to put that lipstick right to your lips. So enjoy that. But I always recommend, when it comes to cream products, especially lipsticks, these little, they come in big boxes from the pharmacy. These are those little alcohol prep pads that they use before an injection. You can buy these at the pharmacy, and I will open them and swipe down my own lipstick, just to keep everything fresh and healthy. So let's move to our eyebrows. So we're gonna use our Anastasia Brow Kit, Better Together, and it's so true. So now this we've been using so far. This is a great color for all hair and eyebrow colors. This is a taupe. It's basically a kind of a universal color. It's not going to be the one to draw full hair strokes, but when you want to fill in, whether you're gray, brown, blonde, or black, like my hair, it works really well. So, and I've said this before, what I love about this is that it doesn't make my eyebrows look black and heavy, because even the dark brunette colors usually will do that. So you want to just twirl it out just a little bit, just a little. You don't want to break the tip. And you can just gently use this to kind of warm up the skin under the brow, under the hair, which is going to give you the natural look of a fuller brow. And for those people that are struggling with an arch, or a flattened arch, or they've taken the brow styling into their own hands and tweezed away too many things. If you need to raise your arch, or also if you're aging and you're starting to notice your eyebrow looks a little heavier, do my little cheat trick. So you take this part of the brow and just fill in the angle a little more downward. And then go to the top of the arch and just sharpen that. And you can use that to kind of lift up the brow a little bit. But see, even though my eyebrows are black, there's still a softness to the brows, yet that they look very full. And again, not everybody wants them this full. I kind of like it full on me, but I don't necessarily do this every day. But for a day like New Year's Eve, when I'm going to do a really glam look, that's when I want a fuller brow. So, and something I like, I guess, about filling in the brows early on is it gives me the full frame that I'm working with. So that way, like if I do my eye makeup, I know how far out I want it to go, because I want it to coincide with the end of my brow and so on. So I just find that to be a little bit helpful. Now, some people feel like they look too harsh, but like I always tell people, it's a process. It's like baking a cake. There will be a little messiness. You may get a little flour everywhere, and it's not going to look like the finished product as you're working necessarily. You see the change, the full thing at the end. So, okay. So we're filled in enough. And again, you want to use very light pressure, but if you want, like I'm doing my fuller brow today, you can go as full as you like. Now I'm going to use the clear brow gel that comes in the kit, and just going to very lightly give these babies a little hold, because they are a little wild right now. I really don't know what I'm doing when it comes to like trimming mine, but I seem to have a lot of random long hairs. Let's say, oh, thank you, Karen. Karen says it looks great. So, okay. So there we are for right now. They're sisters, not twins. They don't have to be perfect. I'm also kind of on an angle, so one looks bigger than the other. We're just improvising. So, okay, now that we've done that, now I'm jumping over to bronzer. So I was going to use a Girlactic bronzer, but then I decided to use my Kevyn Aucoin one instead, because it has a better shade range. So for all my, you know, like skin tones, I want to be able to recommend products that like we're all gonna find the best one, and this has a full range of tones. So I'm using my Bdellium brush. I'm using number 942, and
Putting up my food for tomorrow. It was you, Heidi.
we have to mute. Sorry, guys. Okay, sorry. Just because otherwise it gets all mushed together, the sound. Okay, so anyway, Bdellium, these are the best brushes. A whole set of 14 brushes, I think, is like $110 at Blushington, which is kind of unheard of. And they last forever. Forever. I can't get over like what a beating these brushes can take. So anyway, so we're going to use the tip of the brush. Okay. This one's angled and it's just the right size. I'm going to swirl it into the darker end of my ombre bronzer here, my Neo bronzer. And then I'm going to tap off any excess. Remember, you can always add more. So now the bronzer is going to go directly on the cheekbone, okay? So find that bone. You don't want to go any lower. You want to stay right on the bone, and we're going to do this in kind of a C shape, okay? But the majority of the color is going to be from the hairline to right about the outer part of your eye. So I'm going to start at the hairline, and you can see I'm pulling it right into there, and then I'm going to pull it back up and work it into my hairline around the edges. Now, again, as I've mentioned in the past, if you have a low hairline or if you have a narrow forehead, you want to be very conscientious of using a brush that's too large, because you don't want to shade in any area that you want to look more prominent. Now, that being said, if you want to make your forehead look less prominent, then you can shade wherever you feel needs a little slimming down. I don't know. I love big foreheads, but to each his own. So that's where we're going to do our bronzer. So, and as you can see, the blending we're going to do is one continuous back and forth motion. That's how you're going to always get the best blend. And then another thing that I've seen at times clients forget or not know is you want to always go back in and add more product before you switch to your next side. Otherwise, you will spend the rest of the evening trying to play catch up to making the color look even on both sides. So again, starting at the hairline, usually kind of right above the ear. Usually the face is just kind of built that way, but always double check. So, and see, you don't want to do a harsh like line. You want to keep it soft and smooth in a C kind of shape. Okay. Let's see. So how's everybody doing? Yes, Michelle, you got it. Hi, Ziana. Let's see. Okay. All right. So, okay. And again, I like to just take it a little bit around the forehead, but again, I don't want to make my forehead look too small. Okay. Now, anytime that you have a visible line where something's not blended perfectly, you can just take your finger. Yeah, that's very common, Christy. Christy's saying I either have it too heavy. Wait, what was it? Too heavy or it's too dark. That is, you may also, Christy, be using something that is heavily pigmented. So there are all kinds of products. You can go to a store, they're going to recommend, oh, this is the best makeup artist, this is the best product. But that product may be like so pigmented that it's really meant to be used by very experienced makeup artists. That's one of the reasons why we try to always choose things that are user friendly, because yeah, it's really important that it's easy and fun for you to put your makeup on. But sometimes when you're using very pigmented products, you want to take just a little bit of the product and then just almost pat it in to the hand. And then you're working it into the brush a little bit before you put it to your skin. But always go with a lighter application at first. You can always add more. So now we're gonna add just a little touch more, knock it off. And this is how easy this is. I'm just going to sweep this across, right across the middle of my eye. So basically my crease area, this part with skin covering the eyeball is the lid. This hard part is the brow bone, and that hollow space is the crease. So obviously this is a big brush. It's not going to fit right in my crease, but I'm just kind of giving myself a little warmth in there. Perfect. Now we are going to do the same kind of thing with one of my favorites. Okay, so this is PYT. This is the Strike Twice Lip Duo. This has a lip gloss on one end, has a lipstick on the other. There are a lot of different colors, but this one's my favorite. It's called After Party. It's like the perfect kind of plum-ish, burgundy-ish, but not dark and heavy. I know there's a better word. I don't know it right now. So I am going to start by opening up the lipstick. It's double-ended, okay? So open the lipstick, and I'm going to kind of stain my lips. It's a very berry tone color. That's what I love. I love berry tones. They always make the teeth look whiter, first of all. And they're so pretty in the winter. But for right now, I'm really just doing this to kind of stain my skin. Now I'm gonna do a little X, okay? That may be a little too much, so we'll see. And if it is, I'll show you how to fix it. So I'm just gonna take one of my fingers. See, now I'm spreading it between different fingers because, yeah, it was a little much for me. But just on the apple of the cheek, just a little blush. And then I'm gonna take what's left and put that right over my eyelid and rub it right up into the crease. There we go. And this is kind of how I get ready most days. Like in reality, I keep it real fast and simple. I guess it's like very 1950s of me, but yeah, I'm like, lipstick, that's really also my blush and eyeshadow too. So see, I'm just putting that pink right on there. And as you can see, it's already starting to fade. Blush will always fade. I always joke when I tell my clients that their face eats the blush, but it's really true. So now I'm just gonna take one of my little wipes, my little alcohol wipes. See, it's a tiny little guy. And I just like to wipe off the lipstick before it goes anywhere else. So now that I've done that, let it dry for a sec. You can take a paper towel. You definitely want to make sure it's dry. And then I'm going to take a little bit and a little bit. Okay. This is going to be the base for my fun, shimmery, sparkly eye. Okay. There we go. So we're spreading that on. Now you can use any kind of lipstick that you have for this, or you can just, you know, try whatever it is that you want to try. but this actually makes a really good long wearing creaseless kind of eyeshadow base, as long as you really rub it in well. Okay. So already right there, I'm feeling pretty sassy with this color-wise, but it's about to get really fun. So now we are moving to the shimmers, the PYT shimmers, the Glam Glitter Gels. I have 3 colors. Let's see, do they have names? Oh yeah, gold, pink, and iridescent. So I'm going to start with the gold, and I'm going to take just very little, I'm using the back of my hand as my palette, and just a tiny little bit. It's great. These come with these little applicators. It's just a little. So for this, I'm going to take my middle finger, not my ring finger, and just get a little on there. And then this, I'm just going to pat and spread over my eyelid. Now I'm keeping it really sheer so that you guys know you can do any version of this look in any of the steps and the like layers that I like to do it in. So I'm going to be adding, but you do not have to do that if you fall in love with how it looks in the first part. Okay, so that's our first little bit of shimmer. I am actually feeling like my cheeks are a little red, so I'm just taking my beauty blender again, and I'm just gonna press kind of right over. Go back, go right back to this palette. Just gonna take a little bit of that powder. Kind of mute the redness there. So now watch, in like 10 minutes, my face will look too pale, but maybe not. We'll see. Okay. There we go. Better. Okay, so now I'm going to move to the pink. I love this stuff. Like, I could play with it for hours. So now this, I'm going to put a little bit more. And this, I'll use the same finger. See, I'm putting it. And this, I'm going to put a little bit heavier right over that whole eyelid. So, and now again, you can keep this like sheer, you can make it bright. You can apply it right with the applicator onto your eyelids and get like a fuller color. Let's see. But it's a lot of fun. Now, when you're working with shimmers that are not liquids, now, first of all, get the liquids. Life-changing, life-changing. You don't have to do your eye makeup first. If you've done it before, you know that when you do your eye makeup, it will get so messy around the face that it's better to do the eyes first, then the skin. Not when you use liquid. You can just go for it. You can just do whatever it is that you want. Okay. Because it's going to stay exactly where you put it. Okay. That side's a little heavier. Okay, how's everybody doing? Let's see. Yes. So when you are using a powder shimmer, the best thing to do is use your finger, press it on, and when you want like that super shine, just once you press it on, like put a decent amount of it on so it's not super sheer, and then just run your finger back and forth on it. That'll give it that bright shine. Okay. Ooh, having fun. Now moving to my favorite part. This is the iridescent. So it looks white, but it's about to get bluish, whitish, very galactic. So this one I'm actually going to put some right on there. And I'm going to use my pinky. Now again, you can do this as strong or as soft and subtle as you like. I'm going for the glam, the full glam. Okay, and now when you are using liquids, you want to kind of look downward while it dries, but these actually dry pretty fast. And do the same thing on the other eye. Oh, I love this color. Okay. Yes, anybody that's shopping, be sure to use the code year-end40 because that is a once a year promotion. So you definitely want to get your 40% off. Okay, so if you want to clean any of it up at all, like I'm going to just kind of soften it right at the crease. I'm using a cotton swab, the kind that's like flat on one side, and just kind of rubbing it there. I'm going to do the same on this side. Now it's not necessarily going to look the same every time you look because it's so holographic, which is part of what makes it like really fun and kind of different. There we go. Yeah. So this is definitely a really fun product to play with. And you can make it as intense or as subtle as you want. I'm baby wiping all the glitter off. Okay, so, now sticking with that glitter, we're gonna give ourselves a little bit of a highlight, just a little, taking a tiny little bit. Now this you really wanna go subtle with. I'm using the iridescent, and I am just putting just a tiny little bit and spreading it right away before it dries. And I'm doing this just on the, let's see if you can see it. Just on the upper part of my cheekbone here. Maybe a little bit on my cheek. But it's not like super, super crazy looking, but in certain light, it just gives you that super fun kind of glow. And again, if you want to soften it, you just take your beauty blender and kind of blend that in. Yes. Ooh, love it. Love it. Yeah, see, you can see a little bit better on this side. So you just want to really blend it well while it is still wet. So it's just certain kind of moves in the light that you'll really get that fun kind of look. Okay, so now I'm going back to my lips. I really put that on to kind of stain them. I don't necessarily want them this dark. So what I'm gonna do is blot them on a paper towel. Then I'm going back to my PYT Strike Twice Lip Duo in After Party. And I'm going to use the lip gloss side. As you can see, it's double-sided. I love berry colors. It really is so pretty. But if like the eye is too bold for you and you're looking for more of a nude kind of color, there's a really pretty one. I think it's called Icon. Let's see. Yep, Icon by PYT. This is a really pretty like pinkish nude. And I love it. Now, one thing I will do is I'm going to use actually Kevyn Aucoin lip liner in Blood Roses. I'm just going to use that to line around the outside of the lips. Now again, I'm using a very small camera on a phone, so so don't inbox me that I did a terrible messy job. But I like to add this just a little bit to kind of deepen that tone. And then I'll blot it again. And then I'm gonna add some of this. Thanks. I love makeup too, Diana. It's really like a dream come true career for me. So I'm gonna take a little bit more of that, the PYT glitter, a glam glitter gel in iridescent. I'm gonna take my finger and I'm gonna spread some right into that lip. And I may add a little bit more. And you can do this with any color combo. Like I love stuff like this because you can really customize your look and kind of create your own like dream color lipstick. Allison, the one that I just put on is the it's the iridescent. It's really, it looks white, but that's what it's called on the website. It's iridescent. And for those that don't know, PYT is a super clean makeup brand. This is stuff I'm very confident putting on my lips. And it's, yeah, like it's, you know, they're very conscientious of keeping things like healthy and clean, not overloading with unnecessary chemicals and harsh ingredients. So that's something great about PYT too. You can get it in stores, but the best place to get it is on the blushington.com website. And you get the 40% off. That's what I would do. Just adding a little bit more of the gloss. Those PYT glam glitter gels also look amazing on just a sheer lip too. So now we're almost in the home stretch. Now comes the fun part. I'm going to take a little angled brush, and I'm actually going to, just for fun, I'm going to dip it in a little blue eyeshadow. I'm using my Anastasia palette, my Norvina, my favorite. So I'm going to just dip the edge of this small brush into the color Soul. It's that blue color. All of these brushes that I'm using, we carry on the Blushington website. And the only reason why I recommend them is because these are the brushes that we as the artists have been using for years at Blushington. Now, normally on a regular, let's say a Saturday, I may see 10 clients. I mean, depending on how long, how many hours you work. A busy day, you could see 10. These brushes get washed and cleaned with chemicals, hospital grade disinfectants all day long, and they never fall apart. That's why I'm like, these are the best brushes. They're all, you know, like, I mean, we're professionals, we all use them, but they really last. So that's what I love about them. And it's a really good price for a whole set of brushes, because you could spend like $45 on one brush. All right, so I got a little bit of my Soul, this bluish color, and I'm just gonna put that right under the eye, all the way from the outer corner. I'm just gonna kind of smudge that in just about halfway, or wherever the widest width of your eye is, that's where you wanna go to. But don't keep it as like a harsh stop line. That's what this tapered little angle is for. So just keep it really soft and tapered. And if you find that you went a little too far, just go back with a cotton swab or Q-tip and just clean that up. Very easy. They are really a makeup artist's secret friend. Okay, so same thing on this side. And you can do this with any color. I just wanted that blue because I like that kind of, that icy look. Okay. There we go. So just cleaning up a little bit under there. Okay, so now I'm gonna do a quick little curl of the lashes if you want to. It's not necessary. In fact, I'm actually not gonna do it because mine are a little bit curled today. But what I am gonna do is put a light little coat of mascara. Now I'm using, I just found out about this, is really great. This is Magnum by Stila, and this comes in our amazing like duo set, a stellar duo it's called, along with Huge, which is like really good thickening mascara, volumizing. This is like lengthening like crazy. Yes, two, it's amazing. So like, okay, so I'm gonna put a little bit of this on, and it's good to put this on like after you curl to kind of hold the curl. Okay, yeah, you can see mine are already a little curly. And if you want, you could put a little on the bottom, depending on how much drama you're going for. But I don't know about you guys, I feel like I've spent too much of my time in 2020 kind of sitting around in sweatpants. Yes, Grace, this is amazing. I had never used this before. So I kind of want to go into 2021 feeling really glammed up and pretty. So that's why I'm going a little extra on the glam. So now that we have that done, we are going to do the next step, which is lashes. So I'm going to use a demi wispy style lash, and you can see that. And this is a fabulous little friend of mine. This is the Duo, this is the brush-on strip adhesive, but it is latex free. Okay, so for anybody that has latex allergies, it's always important for makeup artists to work with, you know, allergy friendly products. But even though I don't have a latex allergy, I still love this for myself, because I'm going to show you the special trick that I finally figured out. Instead of painting this on the lashes, I'm going to paint this on myself and then drop the lashes on. So much easier. So you see it comes in the bottle with the little brush. So I'm just going to just paint this on right at my lash line, just like a tight line. And you only want to go in as far as your eyelashes start. And you want to make sure you get all the way out to the edge. Oop. Okay. Now I'm going to take a pair of tweezers and let's see, gently remove my lashes from one end. And then instead of trying to put them on this way, if you hold them upside down so that they're fanning upward, you can just drop them right in place and then use the tweezer to get the ends in place if you need to. And then just kind of push it down. Let's see. It's the inner corner, I think, that's always the most tricky. Okay. So then once you push it down, see, if you drop it on when it's flipped up, you're not going to feel it while it's on you. And that is probably one of the most important parts of actually putting on a lash. You don't want to feel it, and you don't want to feel like you're walking around with something on your eye or in your eye. So there we go. Now, I usually don't wear lashes because it looks like so crazy to me. But yeah. And you could see why. I feel like I already have pretty long lashes, but this, let's see. Ah, yes, okay. Sometimes it helps if you kind of squeeze them together a little bit with your lashes. And then I'm just gonna take just a little bit of the liquid liner from Anastasia. And I'm not gonna do like the whole thing across because I don't really need to. I'm just gonna do this little spot here. See how that just keeps that black line going perfectly? Yay, Grace, I'm glad that it helped. So we'll just do the other eye. So I'm just gonna remind you guys, I mean, to me, it's very dramatic, but you know, this will fall a little bit, just like all curls kind of fall. Every single thing is, I can't vouch for it all being hypoallergenic. I think most brands nowadays are, and it all depends on the allergy. But we do carry a brand called Petite and Pretty, and the packaging is a little young looking, but the products are remarkable. They and those are great for people that have food allergies. They cover almost every kind of allergen you could have. So that I would definitely look into. Okay, so now I'm doing this side. Okay. All right. And then same thing, grab these. This is so much less messy than all the years that I literally could not put on a strip lash because once I got the glue on here, trying to get it on, I would get glue all over me. So this is so much easier. So again, turning it upside down and just dropping it right where I want it. It's also easier when you put it on flipped up to, you have some space between your lashes and the faux lash so that if you want to grab onto the lash and pull it a little bit, you can, and you're not worried that you're pulling your own lash. Okay. So again, and they're all different types of lashes out there. There's wispies, there's demi wispies, there's baby wispies. Those are great too. Okay. And again, they're not perfect. I'm not a huge strip lash wearer, so but I did want to try it out for myself. I'm great at putting them on clients, just I'm not great at wearing them, I guess. But I just wanted to try it out and see. It is fun to do for the new year and feel glamorous and pretty. So again, I'm just going to take that black liquid liner. It has such a nice fine tip. Okay, what would I recommend for lashes that were, I would recommend the baby demi wispies from Ardell. Otherwise, you could just go with a really nice curl and several coats of mascara. But that mascara duo, that is like serious, especially if you use them together. I did that for one of my classes and I couldn't believe how naturally curled my own lashes looked. Curled and long. Okay. And then you just let those drop a little bit. I have a few lashes sticking together, but that's a job for a spoolie. And even when I'm not, now you can put mascara on if you're like, let's say you're going out and you want like really drama. Otherwise, I just like to take a spoolie and just kind of brush my lashes with the falsies and kind of feather everything and make it look really soft and fluttery. Yeah, that little end just doesn't want to stick. Well, I will deal with that later, but you guys get the point. This is the look, and I'm loving it. I'm feeling, let's see, I'm actually gonna add just a little bit more of this iridescent color because it makes me so happy. Beautiful. Okay. I know the lighting is different on every side, but so how's everybody doing? You feeling festive and excited for New Year's? Everybody looks beautiful. Thank you, Allison. Yeah, everybody does look great. And again, like with this, like just like I said before, you could just keep playing with it, adding it, mixing colors. Yes, and you can find this class and other classes that I've done and other Blushington artists on our Blushington YouTube channel. So when you go to, okay, right, there's going to be a list of the products, and don't forget to click Shop with Lauren when you see my artist page. There's a little green box that says Shop with Lauren. That will give you the ability to communicate directly with me, ask me any questions, set up any makeup lessons. This is going to be the last of my series for a while. So I wanted to say thank you all so much. This was so much fun. And you can find all my series that I've done on YouTube, again, on the Blushington YouTube page. Thank you. Oh, that you guys are the sweetest. Amy said, a beautiful company. It is. It's a company that's here to empower women. You and me, all of us. So I will hope everybody has a wonderful 2021. Happy New Year. Thank you, Christy. Oh, I know I'm going to miss the classes too, but Michelle, we can do one-on-ones anytime. You can always schedule one-on-one classes with me if you're interested. We could do parties, groups, all that fun stuff. I'm very grateful for having this awesome audience of people that have continually come to my complimentary classes. And we will do more in the future, so don't worry. But don't forget to shop today, tomorrow, then that's it. By New Year's Day, it's over. Yes, Allison, try it. Try this look. It's so fun. It's so fun. And of course, I went like ultra glam. You don't have to do this you don't have to do this, but I'm like, all right, this is how I'm going into 2021. I'm doing the whole thing, the full glam. A nice change of pace from sweatpants of 2020. So thank you guys all again so much. Mwah, mwah. Oh, and follow me on Instagram. It's at Lauren Serra Makeup Artist. Everybody keep in touch, okay? We can all get together at some point. That would be really fun. Oh, yes, good job, Amy. I'm gonna go order more stuff with the 40% off. The code is on there. I think it is year-end 40. Let me just double check. Yep, year-end 40, okay, to get that 40% off. Very exciting. And then click, okay, you can shop with Lauren by visiting her personalized artist page on our website here. Perfect. And then, yeah, make sure you click that shop with me icon. Otherwise, you won't be shopping with me. But you can navigate through the whole store after that. So enjoy. Happy shopping. Happy 2021. Bye, 2020. Bye, guys.